Like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have terrible luck for the next week.
Researching some giant humans to ever live revealed that my favorite screen god doesn't even come close to the tallest to have walked the Earth's surface. Join me as I take you through the 10 largest humans to ever live. Number 10. Brahim Takuula, 8 feet and 1 inch. Brahim Takuula holds a spot as the joint second tallest in the world alongside Morteza Mirzad. Brahim also holds the Guinness World Record of the world's most enormous feet on a living person and the second largest in history, measuring over 15 inches long. He was born in Morocco in 1982. This unusual growth is the result of a tumor that affected his pituitary gland. This tumor increased the growth hormone level in his system, and the result was an unprecedented stature. This Moroccan giant's condition was diagnosed when he was 18 years old. A doctor had seen him and was curious about his physique. He implored him to get a blood test to decipher the abnormal growth. It was after the test that they got the details of the condition. As you may know, his stature is problematic to the daily running of his life. He can't stand upright in the flat where he lives, and he can only enter some car models. Even cars with higher roofs are not so comfortable. An orthopedic podiatrist recommends a special shoe designed to support his weight. It must be hard living his life. Number 9. Don Kohler, 8 feet and 2 inches. Don Kohler is another giant with a massive height of 8 feet and 2 inches. He had average growth until he turned 10, after which he shot up at an alarming rate. He was the world's tallest man from 1969 until he died in 1981. He never lived in a flat of his own all his life because he couldn't find one with a ceiling high enough. He lived in various hotel rooms, meaning that he had to spend a fortune on accommodation. Aside from having to cope with the cost of hotel living, he slept on 2 double beds for comfort's sake. The rooms he occupied didn't have any light or hanging fixtures. His head bumps into it. His twin sister is about 5 feet 9 inches tall, making their 29 inches height difference a worthy entry in the Guinness World Record. Before he died, he suffered from kyphosis, which reduced his height by curving his spine. He died at age 55 in Chicago after a heart ailment. At the time of his death, he shrunk to 7 feet 10 inches. Number 8. Vikas Appal, 8 feet and 3 inches. Little is known about Vikas Appal, this Indian giant, because he lived a short life. His height is contested to this day because he was never measured officially by the Guinness World Record. He was born in the Rohtak district of Haryana in 1986, where everyone who knew him could attend to his giant status. According to the Tribune, an Indian newspaper, Appal measured 8 feet 3 inches and was still growing when the measurement was taken. Another Indian entertainment site, Rediff.com, claimed that they measured Appal in 2005, and he was 8 feet 10 inches. Going by their findings, it would mean that he was the tallest human in India. Another reporter said that he was 8 feet 9 inches tall. Although the figures are conflicting, everyone agrees that he is above 8 feet and deserves mention here. Appal died during surgery on June 30th, 2007, when doctors tried to remove a tumor from his brain. Had he been alive for longer, it would have been a perfect opportunity for the Guinness World Records to reach him. Number 7. Bernard Coyne, 8 feet and 2 inches. Bernard Coyne was born in Iowa on July 27, 1897. He suffered from a medical condition called unicoid, also known as infantile gigantism. The condition is an extremely rare one, as it's described as daddy long-leg syndrome by laymen. His exact height when he died is still unconfirmed, but it certainly didn't change much. According to the registration card he did before World War I, he was already 8 feet tall. As of then, he was only 21 years old. When he died in 1921, he measured 8 feet 2 inches, but other sources claim it could be more. Regardless of the conflicting reports, Coyne is one man that has unarguably made it to the medical history as taller than 8 feet. Unfortunately, he didn't wait for the world to know him more, as he died in his early 20s. He died from liver hardening and glandular fever. He was buried in his hometown with a custom-built coffin. Number 6. Sultan Qasim, 8 feet 3 inches. Another human that has exceeded medical expectations is Sultan Qasim. At a whopping 8 feet 3 inches, he's one of the tallest humans on Earth. Like many others on his list, his growth isn't normal. It was caused by a tumor that developed in the pituitary gland and has been linked to acromegaly. Similar to Kohler's case, his growth rate rose exponentially after he clocked 10. Before his parents could realize the rapid change, he was already 6 feet. The colossal human was unable to pull through school due to his staggering height. He didn't walk without his crutches or an aid. Doctors tried to remove the tumor in 2008, but after it was seemingly successful, it regrew. This time, it became more robust. Since this tumor was already deep into his brain, the doctors used a technique focusing on beams of radiation to remove it. It was only in 2012 that experts confirmed that it stopped growing. Kudos to the team. Number 5. John Rogan, 8 feet 9 inches. John Rogan is the tallest African in history. Born in Tennessee in 1868, the giant's size height escalated beyond control when he was only 13. Due to his size, he suffered from ankylosis, which made his joints stale due to inflammation. As a result, he couldn't put his weight on his feet. He never walked for most of his life. Instead, he was pulled around in the goat cart he constructed. Gawking at deformed people was a thing during his time, and so event organizers invited him to show where visitors would pay money to see him. He rejected the offer and continued to sell gift cards. Since he didn't enjoy mobility as regular humans do, he made a living by selling postcards and pictures of himself. Of course, everyone wanted to catch a glimpse of one of the tallest men in history, so sales were high. He died in 1905 but was buried under a block of concrete to prevent inquisitive scientists from digging up his body. Number 4. Edouard Beaupre, 8 feet 3 inches. Another mortal that reached an incredible height of 8 feet 3 inches is Edouard Beaupre. He was born in Saskatchewan, Canada in 1881. As a child, he dreamt of being a cowboy, but this lifelong dream changed when he clocked 17 and realized he could lift an 800-pound horse. When he was 21, he joined the Barnum and Bailey Circus as a strongman. This Canadian giant's resume includes lifting heavy horses and wrestling Louis Cyr, hailed as one of the world's strongest men. Although he was famous for his stunts, he suffered severe injuries while doing them. He once broke his leg after lifting a 900-pound weight. He suffered from tuberculosis, which was the immediate cause of his death. Doctors who examined Edouard discovered he suffered from a pituitary gland tumor, which made him continue growing even after clocking 23. Number 3. Väinö Myllyrin, 8 feet 3 inches. Born in Helsinki, Finland in 1909, Myllyrin was only 7 feet 3 inches, but when he clocked 21, he experienced exponential growth. As if that wasn't enough, he hit another phase in his late 30s, and at the time of his death, he reached 8 feet 3 inches. In the 1930s, he toured Europe, where he worked as a professional wrestler and circus performer. He later quit his job and joined the Finland Defense Forces. He used his height to serve his country through the military. While he was in active service, he was the tallest soldier ever lived. He was also voted as the 12th greatest Finn by Suret Suomalaiset, a local TV station. Growing this tall comes with its downsides. As you can guess, he also suffered acromegaly. Until his death, he held the position of the tallest man in the world. His hands measuring a whopping 15.7 inches wide, which is the largest in history.
Now it's time for today's best pick.
There are numerous largest men on the globe, but which of them is more captivating? This one was sent to us by a subscriber, of course. If you see something similar on the internet, send it our way and we'll do justice to it. Number 2. Robert Wadlow, 8 feet 11 inches. Robert Wadlow, famously known as the Giant of Illinois, is our best pick for today. Having reached 8 feet and 11 inches, he is said to be the tallest person ever lived. He also suffered from hypertrophy of the pituitary gland that caused him to produce more growth hormones than necessary. Until his death, he never stopped growing. As of when he was 8, he was already 6 feet tall and weighed about 77 kilograms. The Illinois resident was so huge that his school had to construct a customized desk for him. During his time, the doctors didn't have a name for his condition, but they knew something messed with a vital hormone. Wadlow wore leg braces all his life because he couldn't move around due to his brittle bones. In one of his professional appearances, his leg brace failed him, causing to have blisters. The injury became infected, and all the surgery and blood transfusion done on him failed. He died on July 15, 1940 in his sleep. He was 22 years old when he died, and his funeral attracted over 30,000 fans. Fun fact, because of his weight, 12 pallbearers were needed to carry his body.
Before we move on, I have a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. Just leave a like on the video, smash the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 25 years of good luck. Try it. It really works.
Number 1. John F. Carroll, 8 feet 7.5 inches. Born in Buffalo, New York in 1932, he's another figure that makes it to this list. He continued to grow till the day he died. At one point, he added almost 7 inches within a few months. He suffered various complications in his short time on Earth. One such is a 2-dimensional spinal curvature known as kyphoscoliosis. This condition was so severe that getting his accurate measurement was challenging. Although he received prompt treatment at Mercy Hospital, it yielded no positive result as his case continued to regenerate. Before his death, his height shortened to 7 feet 8 inches. There you have it. Let's do a height check in the comment box. I'm 6 foot 2. How about you? Please leave your answer in the comment box below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more premium updates. Until another episode, it's adios from here.